Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our stream today. Super excited to be here, and I think we have not only a great lineup, but a lot of awesome content that we all want to share with you. This is an Avantis stream, and we'll go through a lot of different topics, ranging from the mini app to our past competition to an upcoming competition. And we're super blessed here to have on the screen Radha, marketing lead at Avantis, but also a special guest in Ox, who's a PM for trading at Base, as well as the Base app, as both guests on our stream. So welcome Radha, welcome Ox, and welcome Base app. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me. Super excited.
Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. I know if for those tuning in, they may remember a couple weeks ago, right before the holidays, we did a pretty fun stream. So we're trying to follow up with something even better this time. And for this stream, we have 3 segments to share today over the next 30 to 45 minutes. The first segment is we'll talk a little bit about a content showcase about folks trading in the Avantis mini app and their experiences, but also hear from Ox on what it's been like managing trading for the Base app as a whole and kind of the future. The second segment, we're going to give a sneak peek and an alpha leak to everyone attending the stream about upcoming trading competition hosted by Avantis on Base that will have some really incredible rewards, different formats, and a lot of fun. The third segment, Avantis is going to do a live trading section where our special guest and head of BD will hop on and do some live trading. We'll hang out, we'll talk about some of the recent initiatives that Avantis has been doing in terms of different formats and streaming, and just give an educational session on different components of our app and how people can get started. So given that, without further ado, I'd like to just open up and talk a little bit about the creator competition that recently ended over the last week or so. We saw kind of record submissions, a lot of really great activity, and I think made me feel super great about the power of the social network that is so unique to Coinbase and Base. We saw so many different submissions about folks making content about trading, using the Base app, using the Avantis mini app, and really making trading super fun and social. Radha, you were the judge, the tough judge that had to deal with all the submissions. Do you want to just say a few lines about your takeaways or anything you found cool?
Yeah, we saw everything from AI to clips to memes, hilarious memes. Over 900 submissions and I think over 1 million impressions. So it was very hard to do the rewarding, but overall the content was really cool to see.
Awesome. Thank you, Radha. And I would say like a lot of the content, which we'll give some sneak peeks of in the next segment shortly, has to do with folks experiencing the base app and the Avantis app and mini app in different ways, trading from different geographies, having different use cases and expressing their views on macro in their local economies, and using USDC as collateral that oftentimes can act as a hedge to their local currency. So what I would love to do is get a check-in with Ox, who has been leading this whole trading initiative with the base app, and just get your thoughts about what's trading been like on the base app, what has been surprising or interesting.
Yeah, thanks so much. So first of all, as you might know, that the last week we announced that 2026 direction for the base app would be focused on trading, which I guess exciting for everyone, including like base builders who've been same as you guys who've been focusing on trading, which is super cool. And right now the team is hard working on like new features. The features which we'll be focusing on building for trading first and for traders as well, building for any assets and building to make everything finance first. So it's been a very cool journey, and we're super excited for everyone's opportunities, including base builders. And I guess that's why we are excited to collab with the base builders who are building in trading different mini apps like you. And I feel especially focusing on the trading features, we will provide better experience and seamless experience for everyone, not just the trade internally on the native swaps floor, but also using mini apps and have a more like a pro features for their like advanced traders. Yeah, that's been the destination for us.
Awesome. Yeah, I think two things resonated from what you just said there for me. One is breadth of assets, and really, I think it was very mission aligned with what Avantis is building for 3 years to just allow folks to trade as much assets as possible. And I think for Avantis, our direction kind of from day one was to have a broad breadth of not only crypto assets, but RWAs. And at this point now, we have well over 100 between equities, FX, commodities, and of course, crypto. And the fun fact I would say is that on many days, if you look at the top volume pairs, like the Japanese yen is actually close to the top, which has been interesting. And we know we have like a small but very powerful Japanese community that likes to express views on the yen. So that means a lot to us. I would say also just on like trading features. I mean, Ox, like, do you have any view as to like different ways folks are interacting with trading, whether it's like the native swap feature, different mini apps? Like, what do you think is like an ideal experience, especially for new folks that might be listening in?
Yeah, I feel like for our like core traders, the most important part that they trust to the app. So they trade, they store coins, they prefer to trade a lot of like, quite traditional cryptocurrencies. And at the same time, I can see a lot of interesting experiments by the way how they trade, way they trade. So they still use a lot of mini apps, and they still like buy interesting coins, like meme coins, for example. So in this way, I would say the way how we're building the app overall right now with like a very seamless access to the mini apps, which will increase the opportunity to trade more assets and also to use the different pro tools, like for example, I don't know, like a perf trading for sure, like maybe prediction markets as well. So all of this cool stuff, the access to stock markets as well. I know that several teams are actually thinking to build something towards these directions as well. I feel that's a cool combination when you can have your main wallet and store your assets and use like a native swap for like a core product features, like a normal, cryptocurrencies, and at the same time to have like a seamless access to something more fun and pro, which you guys provide.
Awesome. Yeah, no, thank you for that. I think it's a definitely a great match. And if I think about my experience as a trader in the base app, I think a lot of what you're saying I resonate with. Doing like I'm a in the US, like Coinbase X user, doing the swaps is very easy in the base app. I would say from a mini app perspective with the Avantis app, just a couple of features that I find personally very cool, and I know a lot of our users do, is we've dramatically, I would say, simplified the interface and the onboarding process, and spent a lot of time thinking through how to do that in an intentional way, because we understand that the base app community, not everyone's an advanced trader. A lot of folks may not have even traded before, definitely not have traded perps before. So as users come on and check out the Avantis app, I think what they'll see is we try to make an onboarding flow. We try to abstract away a lot of the crypto components, so you can actually make an account with social, email. We also are fully gasless, so we pay for all your gas fees. You don't have to think about depositing Ethereum into your wallet. Just like little things like that we try to do, but also making like the trade actual window as easy as possible, with just like a scroll-like functionality to pick leverage as opposed to having to deal with a bunch of numbers. So I think this is actually a really good transition where I've been talking a lot about the Avantis mini app. Ox has been talking about the base app. Why don't we transition and show a couple of clips about how our users, our base app and Avantis users, are actually interacting with the mini app ecosystem. So Zach, if you don't mind, why don't you play the first?
Hi CZ. Hello. Man, again with your Binance. Sorry, no sex anymore. I trade on Avantis and now I'll show you how. First, you will need the base app on your phone. Find the Perp mini app and you're all set. What I love is the variety of markets here, so you can always pick what fits your strategy. Crypto? It's all over. Indices? Nah. Let's leave that to Warren Buffett. Okay. Commodities. I hear metal season is gaining serious momentum. Silver had a massive rally in 2025 and China keeps buying it for the solar industry. The trend is clear. Right now the weekly chart is in a correction, so it's the best time to take advantage of the market fear. I'm going long with 50x leverage. But always remember, the higher your leverage, the closer your liquidation price. What's more interesting, every trade earns you trading XP, which will be converted into Avantis tokens at the end of February.
Awesome. So it's a fun trader on our platform that just made that video. I think he brought out several components of just like how simple it really is to get started. I think the base app has made it very easy to find trading applications. For example, if you click apps trading, we're kind of the first one at the top. He also brings up an interesting point around the trading XP, which is our points program that for Avantis, and our season 3 airdrop will actually conclude in about a month. So for any traders that are currently trading, whether it's mini app or on the desktop, you're eligible actually for our next airdrop. So a lot of exciting things in the works, but I think he kind of was able to make it fun. Zach, why don't we queue up the second video?
Let's talk about compounding interest in 1 minute. Compound interest is interest that is added to the initial principles of investment, simply as you can lend your cryptocurrency to exchange or platform. One of the ways to earn passive yield is by adding liquidity. As you guys know, I already shared some tutorials about adding liquidity. But this time, I have a new platform you can try to adding liquidity. Download it up and here's the tutorial.
Okay, first open Base app. After that, search Avantis Perp in here. Go to LP menu. In here, you can see APY 8% and click deposit. I'll input $100 and click deposit. After that, confirm. All done.
Alright, here's the interesting part. Let's say if I invest 1k USDC at an annual rate 7%, that means every month I can earn 0.6% on my FAU. If I keep compounding consistently, after 10 years, my portfolio could grow to around 2k USDC. That's a more faster than simple interest. Sounds great, right? Let me know your opinion, and like always, see you and bye.
Cool. So I think this creator brought up a different point about the Avantis mini app I'd like to highlight, which is actually the ability to LP. So with Avantis and us being an AMM model, we have traders and then we have liquidity providers. So how it works is basically liquidity providers can come in and deposit USDC in our unified vault in exchange for getting passive yield. And the yield comes from the traders paying fees to liquidity providers, and liquidity providers act as a counterparty to the trades. And so I think she made that point very well. We've always had like very high best-in-class yields, and last time I checked, you can earn about 12% annually by just depositing cash passively in these vaults. And our track record has been, there's been no loss effectively for LPs because of our risk management process on the platform. Anyways, Alex, any thoughts, reactions from you from those first two videos before we continue?
Yeah, I think they're fun. They are fun, and in terms of the features, which I guys really like within the Avantis mini app. So first of all, I think you focus on social, which is great, and I really like you can see, you know, all the leaderboards and like a top pairs which users put their money on, and that's super cool. I think that's a very important part for the user journey, and especially for new users into like a pro trading. Awesome. Yeah, no, thank you for that. I think, you know, oftentimes, like from my perspective, like especially as I got into perps trading a couple of years ago while building Avantis, is that there is some friction in the sense that like the onboarding process for most perps is not that simple, like as a DEX. But then also there's a little bit of like friction to actually get started because the leverage can be like, you know, tough for certain folks, especially as a beginner trader. So I think for us, like we're very focused on making not only like educational content, but doing more streams like this to actually explain how to trade with appropriate risk management based on your profile of risk effectively. And, you know, so we've made it very simple. We actually have two modes. We have what's called a zero fee perps model where you can go up to 500x plus leverage, which we don't recommend for most people. But then our standard fixed fee model for most of our assets, you know, you can trade with 5 or 10x leverage, where if you're trading something like SPY, like the SPY, like, you know, it moves a couple points a day, putting on a little bit of leverage just like amplifies your upside if you have a certain directional view. So those are just a few of my thoughts based on Ox, what you said. Zach, do you want to play the last video?
Let's talk about the difference between spot and perpetual trading. In spot trading, you buy the actual token. You can hold it or you can sell it. You only profit when the price goes up and you lose when the price goes down. While in perpetual trading, or PEPs for short, you don't buy the actual token. You are only trading on price movement on that asset. PEPs let you go long or short on that token. Long is just you saying, this token is going to go up. And when it does, you are going to make profit from it. While short means you saying, this token is going to go down. And when it does, you are going to make profit from it. You can use leverage to amplify your potential gains, which can incur losses for you as well. So the difference between spot and perpetual trading is that spot trading is just you having ownership of that token and you can do with it whatever you want. While perpetual trading, you are just trading the price movement of that token. The similarity between them is that you don't have control over the price of the token. So in spot, you lose only when the price goes down and you gain when the price goes up. But in perpetual trading, you don't lose when the token goes up or lose when it goes down. There are so many factors that helps you gain or lose based on the decision you make on that current state of the market, on that price movement. So if you go long and let's say the token goes down, you are going to definitely lose. If you go short and the token goes up, you're definitely going to lose. So it's just based on the structure of what you choose at the moment. So guys, you can trade PEPs with Avantis and it's now available on Base Mini app. People using Base Mini app to trade with Avantis, they gain 1.25x multiplier on the point system. So get right on with it.
Awesome. Alex, what did you think about his presentation?
I think it's fun. I think he explained everything in a very simple way. Yeah, for like end users. I like this.
Nice. Yeah. So that brings me up to a point where actually internally within Avantis, preparing like a 101 series to explain a lot of these concepts into just like a thread, so like people can see all of these in one place. But I think for him, this creator, one piece that being able to explain to a new trader the difference between spot and perps, I think is very interesting. And for perps, it is more complicated because you can long or short. So usually if you just like hold an index, it goes up, you make money, right? But with perps, it depends on if you're long or short, depending on how much leverage you're using, and different things like that. But for us, like as we get into the trading segment, I think we'll walk through a lot of these factors in a lot more detail, and users will be able to see it on the screen. So that was our last video. We will now transition to the next segment, which is our alpha release for everyone listening today. And what we are releasing is officially announcing our Leagues of Leverage trading competition, our Avantis trading competition on Base. And this is super exciting because we've, to Ox's point, we love trading. We want to make it fun and social. And we want to leverage the immense network and power of Base's community globally to get everyone really excited to trade, new and old traders alike. So what we are doing is we are providing a $100,000 prize pool over 4 weeks, where each week we will pay out prizes for traders to come on to the Avantis mini app, and only the mini app, not desktop, to trade. And based on your performance in terms of volume, but also your P&L, you will see yourself live ranked against everyone else in a leaderboard, as well as directly see how much prize you're due for to be paid out at the end of the week. And this is something we've been preparing in the works for a while. And just to like reiterate for anyone listening that wants to write down this alpha, so mid next week, we'll announce all the formal rules and details on X on Avantis, so just stay tuned. And the following week, so February 2nd, will be the official launch of week 1. And the last piece I'll say is that like for this competition, we really want everyone to be engaged. Even if you've never traded before, try out a little bit of collateral, you can win prizes. Also our Avantis airdrop, you'll still be able to achieve that as well if you participate. So there's a dual reward. But then also, similar to the streams we've been doing today and also prior to the holidays, we're going to have a very exciting streaming component for the 4-week segments where we're going to experiment with different modalities of streams. So we're going to bring folks on from different geographies and communities and have them trade against each other and see who's a better short-term trader over a 5 or 10 minute span. And based on who drives more P&L, we'll have additional prizes that we offer. So we're trying a bunch of different things, but that's kind of the summary, and we're excited to share a lot more information next week on that.
Super cool, super excited about that. I think it's a great opportunity to not just like start trading, but also try perps trading because it's fun. And I personally found this much more interesting than just to purely buy a coin and hold a coin, because it's kind of between, I guess, this kind of prediction market and the trading at the same time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's depending how much leverage you lose, usually within a minute or two, if you're right or not.
Yeah, that's true. That
Yeah.
was a lot. Yeah.
No, don't. Everyone, please trade responsibly, and
Exactly.
don't put on huge trades. That's what I would say. Cool. So that is the alpha release, and more info to come. But now we want to migrate to the next segment, which is our live trading block, where we will, Zach, please bring on stream our head of BD, Mr. Leo, with the super nice hair. He has nice hair. And we will start the live trading session. So Leo, if you want to try to share your screen, we can trade and chat. And maybe what you can do is just first walk through a couple of the tabs as a reminder for folks listening in how to get in the app and the main screens we have.
Yeah, so once you click on Base app, as you can see, this is the social element whereby we can see all the content creators and some coins. And when you go to search, even without being pinned, the Perps by Avantis, you can click on apps and you will see Perps by Avantis being the first one being showed up. So we'll just click that and we're done. We're here. Right, so when you're in, you can actually see the live feed of all the traders buying, selling, making money, breaking even, and then all the assets, whereby we actually offer global assets, covering everything in one platform within the base app. Yeah, so right now, yeah, Ray, what do you feel like expressing today on the market?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the vein of pushing our breadth of assets, why don't you take a look at gold or silver, maybe the yen, which we know our traders love.
All right, let's look at gold. I think gold has been ripping. For the past 1 week, we've been seeing it only the green candles, to be honest. Only green candles seeing. So right now, if you look at the live chart, yeah, it's still going up. Even though yesterday the political news, the taco, has subsided sort of, but still gold is showing some strength. Silver as well. So Avantis is one of the most popular places to trade silver actually. So because we offer quite a good liquidity and also the most competitive rates on chain for silver, hence why it's actually top 5 volume of asset on Avantis for the past 2 months. Yeah,
how much leverage can you trade gold and silver with on Avantis, Leo?
At the moment, 250x. Yeah,
nice.
But most of our traders, if you intend to hold for a longer period of time, you will go maybe lower, 3 to 5. If you intend to do intraday, then you will try higher. Yeah. So let's do a quick shot on gold. 25 with 10 leverage. All right, maybe 100. Yep. And then we're in because we are powered by flash blocks. So the market order is filled, and then right now we can see our position right down here. It'll be slow appearing. Yeah.
There it is.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then maybe we can also take a look at the Bitcoin chart. So it's been ranging for a bit. For the past week, we are flirting with 88K and 90K. And most of the time, whereby in Eastern time morning, Bitcoin will be sold off, which many are spreading the rumor that some big whales or like OGs are selling because they still see the 4-year cycle being intact. Yeah, what do you think, Ray?
Yeah, Bitcoin's interesting. The chart seems to be finding support, huh? At least this live chart. Yeah, Ox, what do you think?
I don't know, guys. Like, there are different opinions about the Bitcoin overall right now, but I believe that it's gonna grow. I don't know. Maybe
You're bullish Bitcoin long term?
Yeah, bullish for sure.
Nice.
And I think it might come back like very soon, maybe February. That's usually how it works based on the circles.
Nice. So Leo, why don't we express a view on Bitcoin? We can showcase the ZFP and you can talk about what makes that unique as a concept.
Yeah, so actually a lot of traders are actually using ZFP on Bitcoin because recently we've seen a volatility of maybe at least 2 to 3% intraday on Bitcoin. So it's a pretty good instrument for people to express their views or at least trade using ZFP because for ZFP, you're able to do at least up to 500x, or you can do as low as 75x. So let's try $50 with 75x and long.
So what would be your recommendation in terms of like a first trade size?
I think it depends on your risk appetite. So it always goes in percentage. For me, primarily doing swing trades. So I wouldn't go more than 1.5x of my whole portfolio when I'm doing swing trades. But intraday is fine because I know I will have some stop losses. I know I'll have some point of interest that I'm aiming for, or whereby some support or resistance, whereby I will take action on it. So it depends. It depends on the market sentiment. So I always use one simple rule, right? You ask yourself, from 0 to 10, how confident are you in this market right now? If I think 2, then I'll go maybe 20% of my appetite for today. So let's say I want to trade a size of 1,000, I'll go 200. Yeah. So if I think 5, then I'll go 500. Yeah. I mean, this is just a simple rule that I use to test my own confidence in the market. Yeah. Maybe your goal is printing a little bit.
Gold is printing a whole 6 pennies. Yes, that's a lot. As you say, it goes negative.
Well, Avantis do sponsor gas, so
yes, yeah. Avantis sponsors gas, so you do not have to worry about gas. We only all the fees go to base. So Leo, like as we're watching these couple positions, and oh yeah, let's take a look at an index. How are the Qs today? Feels like the market's reacting well to the latest like geopolitical news.
Yeah, because taco, right? Nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
So currently, the QQQ is reacting very well, to be honest. Although Bitcoin is just showing some weaknesses, but equities, I mean, because this Monday, we've seen a few percentage of downturn. So right now, I think it's rebounding pretty well, showing some strength. I think we can try some small cheeky long as well. So currently for QQQ, we offer up to 100x leverage, 0 slippage as well. Yeah. So let's do a small one. Just do a small 15x. Yeah.
And actually, maybe one thing we should show, Leo, is we know you're a swing trader, but for folks that want to kind of risk management more tightly, do you want to show kind of stop loss and how we set that for one of these?
For sure. Yeah, so right now the highest leverage position is Bitcoin. So let me set some stop loss on it. So, and in edit, I can actually set take profit and stop loss, or increase leverage, increase collateral. But normally you don't need to use that. So in stop loss, let's say my open price is 89K, and now I'm actually in profit because current price is 89.158. So I'll just put at break-even point. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So basically, this just means that if the price goes back down, so you're in the green right now. If the price goes down a little bit, it'll automatically close your trade at the price that you enter, so you won't lose money.
Yes, you're right. So right now, as you can see, once we've edited the position, our stop loss is actually at our entry price. So actually, we are going to be closing at break even if it ever comes down. I think it will because it's been showing some weaknesses. So maybe not a good day for longers. Yeah.
But it's nice because this guarantees that you at least break even. So you're basically playing with house's money in a way because
basically I don't risk my capital. Yeah. It's very essential for intraday traders.
Yeah, and from my perspective, like especially with perps, with any amount of leverage, I always would use a stop loss just because with leverage, like it can go down 50, 80% very quickly. So it's just better to time, and timing is very important, I guess I would say, in perps relative to spot. Leo, as we're watching some of these trades and scrolling some assets, just like to bring it up a level, Avantis hosted a very interesting live PvP style trading competition in your home country of KL in Malaysia about 9 hours ago. So what do you think about like this new modality of making perps trading or just trading in general, social, and almost like an esport?
So this was our first time hosting it, and surprisingly, people actually. So a lot of people don't know what to expect, so they stayed around and watched us compete. So we had 4 rounds of 1v1. Some students, some are actually traders, some are advisor for some blockchain clubs, and surprisingly, all the crowd loved it because we were trading primarily zero fee pips. So within the 10 minutes, the P&L swing was actually quite fun to see because you turn red to green, green to red, and we even have one contestant taking from red to green within the last 30 seconds and actually took the round. And he even became the overall winner of the whole day's event. So he was the top for the whole 4 rounds. Yeah, so it's very interesting for people who have never seen or like who have never experienced trading perps or experienced trading any other assets outside of crypto. It was a good eye-opening event for a lot of them. I had a lot of good feedbacks after the event, and a lot of them actually also contacted me to learn more about Avantis. Yeah,
amazing. Yeah, great work. And I think that was like a fantastic proof of concept of a different modality of trading, and making it almost like you're watching like an NBA game or a football game where it gets really, really tight at the end in most of these like games. And then, you hear people cheering and at the very end, it's like the one trader you talked about, he just swung from being very negative to winning by a huge margin because of leverage. And that was interesting. Ox, I mean, I wonder if you have any thoughts on just like how can we all make trading fun, social for beginners, and also just like what you do, how you view like expanding the asset base to appeal to more people.
Yeah, we are working very hard right now to actually expand the number of blockchains which we support in the app. And at the same time, we really want to make sure that we increase the number of assets as well. So everything started from, stock market to like a very, very new meme coin or whatever should be easy to find within the base app and easy to trade as well. So that's overall strategy. We want to make sure that the users can trade any assets on any blockchain within the 2026. Definitely excited about that because we heard a lot of feedback that the users want to trade different assets, including stock market. And seeing all of that, opportunities, it's amazing. And especially towards like a bear market, I feel this is very important to give users choice.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's like one of the things that we've always stressed with Avantis as a platform is one platform, many assets to be able to bounce between. If you're not that bullish on Bitcoin anymore, unlike, I know Ox, you're very bullish, but if you weren't, then you could be like, hey, let's look at this gold trade or the silver trade or whatnot. So yeah, I think that's all awesome. How are our positions doing, Leo? Did any actually make money?
Yeah, so I just opened a short on Bitcoin to 250x because I see that it's being quite weak intraday. Yeah, so I'll probably just leave this out to let it run. I already set my stop loss at around just a little above my entry. Yeah.
And you set a take profit, which we haven't talked about yet. So take profit, think of as basically the opposite of a stop loss. It's basically saying if a price reaches a certain level, we'll automatically close a position to lock in a certain profit.
Yep. Let me just lock in my market closing this because, yeah. Cool. So today, break even, small loss.
Small
over the last minutes. Yeah, small loss over the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, but we're educating everyone, Leo. That's what's very important. Actually, so one more question from the fans of UX. If you were to make a trading focused mini app what would it be like?
I think I'm bullish on some kind of, networked stuff. I would like to build something where like a bunch of friends can trade and maybe create different positions together. I know that a couple of teams tried this before, but no one succeeded. I don't know what was the reason of that, but I feel it's cool when the group of people just like making some trades together and decisions together. That's something what I really excited about.
Do you mean like more like a copy trading direction, or actually like creating a portfolio together?
No, creating portfolio together. I feel it's a cool stuff to do, and especially with like opportunities with prediction market and the perps trading, it could be the people can start with like a very small amount, so they can start from like $1 or $10 together and just like play around. Then this is more like a friendship / game / fun way to trade. And within the base app, for example, we have a chats, so you can create your own chat with your friends and just like do different prediction market or perps trading stuff together, and that might be fun.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think you see in traditional finance, like these apps allow you to like copy Nancy Pelosi's portfolio or other things like that, and I think they always get some interesting attention. Also, there's like funny ETFs that are like certain themes that like people kind of create together. And I think like from our perspective, to your point, hits home, which is, building on Base has been very like simple and very easy with the amount of support that's available. And for us as Avantis, we're trying to actually expand the community ecosystem to make it easy for folks building trading oriented apps to actually build on top of the Avantis SDKs. And I think, for us, like we have a great liquidity engine and trading platform, but we totally understand that people might want to trade with different kinds of UIs, formats, make it more social, things like that. And just to give an example, so like Banker is a great partner of ours that you've probably seen on social. So we kind of are the back end to Banker. And then Hey Elsa, which is a new newer TGE, also similarly using kind of this like text to trade modality. Also Avantis serves as a backend. So we're always talking to a bunch of different projects also that are interested in trading. So if you see folks that are like, oh, I want to build some new version of trading or whatever, like we're always happy to help Ox.
Yeah, thanks so much for that. Appreciate it. And yeah, saying about the ecosystem overall, why I came overall to the idea to like trade together as a friends, for example, because I built a lot of good friendship within the Base ecosystem. I want to say that one of the reasons why I'm here, like a building Base app, is just because like I really believe in like a community here. And I feel like a Base has one of the strongest community, and people create different stuff together. Like Clunker was launched, right, by a bunch of friends on the Farcaster, for example. Bunker is the same thing. The token DRB, for example, also created by a bunch of like friends from the community of Base and Farcaster. That's overall the way to go. And I feel in this collaboration between different people towards the same interest and the same target. So there is something always cool coming into the space. That's why I'm so bullish on Base and the community and the Base builders itself.
Yeah, a lot of incredible builders, and I think 2026 is going to be our biggest year yet. And that's speaking from our perspective. So Hedge and I, as co-founders here, we started building way before mainnet was even launched. So we've seen this pretty incredible journey over the last 3 years, but also just I would say the support system now is like truly unparalleled relative to a lot of the other ecosystems out there, both with the ecosystem team, but also all the different geographies out there. So cool, Leo, I think we're going to wrap up shortly, and I'll just give some concluding remarks, but anything else from you on your trades and how they did besides this one that's losing money?
Yeah, so I think it's a very, very interesting market to trade right now because liquidity is just rotating very fast from metals, so from equities to metals, and you don't know what's next. But certainly it keeps rotating. So being a platform that offers global access to all kinds of assets is very, very crucial for today's world. Yeah.
Awesome.
I did not bet call, by the way, with Bitcoin. Like, you can take a profit already.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is a
yeah.
good profit. Leo, close it out, man.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a PTC long. Yeah, this is a PTC long. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that was a big W. Good job. Okay, so I think this has been an awesome session and super interactive. I think we've shared a lot with the audience and do many more streams down the road once you hit the competition. But from my perspective, I just want to reiterate a few closing thoughts. I think that 2026 is going to be a massive year for the entire base chain. Here at Avantis, we are really focused on making the trading experience as fun as possible, to bring on as many new traders as possible and to make it super easy. But also from a product perspective, constantly innovating and listening to our traders with new features, making it more social with the leaderboard and things like that. But also expanding our liquidity so people can put more and bigger trades on and all of that while maintaining our risk parameters. And I think that from a competition perspective, like I mentioned, just to reiterate, all the details will come out mid next week, and the Avantis trading competition will start on February 2nd. So just to reiterate, February 2nd will be the launch of the competition. Details will come out mid next week, and 4 weeks, 100K in prizes, trade against your friends, trades against your geographies, weekly leaderboards and prizes to claim, along with really fun PvP style competitive live streaming sessions. So that's what you can stay tuned for, and we'll release all the news and all the details on X next week. So from my perspective, thank you everyone for joining. Ox, any closing words from you?
Yeah, super excited for the competition, super excited to work with you guys and all other base builders at the same time. So we are really supportive in any initiatives. Let us know if you want to collaborate in any other directions. Our DMs are always open. And yeah, good luck with all of this trading competition.
Thank you so much, Ox, and thanks again for joining. Thanks, Zach and the Base App team for helping us with this stream. And we're super excited and grateful for this partnership. So let's make 2026 the best year yet. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.